because these are the folks who do so much of the work and make everything come together. So there's two ladies that I want to recognize, and that's Miss Yvette Briones and Alma Rodriguez, and I believe that you're in the back, if you could just kind of wave at us, because thank you so much. We came back from break to find these just another gift, and they're beautiful, and we're so grateful. And I understand that you ladies really put all of this together and made it all happen, and thank you so very much. We're just so grateful. So from there, we are going to move on to agenda item number 4 and turn it over to you, Director Grigsby, on talking to us about inducting peace officers into the Texas Peace Officers Memorial Monument, please.
Good morning again, Commissioners. The names that are before you have been voted on by the voting members of the Peace Officers Memorial Ceremony Committee, which is comprised of CLEAT, TMPA, the Concerns of Police Survivors, and now the Fraternal Order of Police in Texas. So thank you to them for their work in looking through these. So before you, I will read these into the record, and these will be proposed for the April 30th ceremony. We have Special Deputy Marshal Brian Leith McGee, U.S. Department of Justice, U.S. Marshal Service, end of watch April 6th, 2020. Sergeant Raymond John Skolvinsky, Harris County Sheriff's Office, May 6th, 2020. Corrections Officer Maria Mendez, Texas Department of Criminal Justice, May 9th, 2020. Deputy Juan Menchaca, Harris County Sheriff's Office, June 13th, 2020. Corrections Officer Jackson Pongai, Texas Department of Criminal Justice, July 19th, 2020. Sergeant Dennis Oliver, Highland Village Police Department, October 2nd, 2020. Police Officer Robert Rivera, Plainview Police Department, December 15th, 2020. Lieutenant William Lyle Gardner, Denver City Police Department, January 7th, 2021. Detention Officer Julio Martinez, Ellis County Sheriff's Office, January 30th, 2021. Corrections Officer Tawiwo Obele, Texas Department of Criminal Justice, February 16th, 2021. Lieutenant Clinton Joseph Ventrichka, Corinth Police Department, June 20th, 2021. Corrections Officer Daniel Giorgi, Texas Department of Criminal Justice, July 25th, 2021. Corporal Albert Gomez, White Settlement Police Department, July 27th, 2021. Lieutenant Gilbert Clayton McClure, Texarkana Police Department, July 28th, 2021. Detective Manuel Christopher Widener, Paris Police Department, August 22nd, 2021. Senior Police Officer Randolph Boyd Jr., Austin Police Department, August 25th, 2021. Sergeant Christopher Ray Wilson, Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, August 26th, 2021. Deputy Sheriff Carlos David Ortiz, Colorado County Sheriff's Office, August 31st, 2021. Police Officer Gregory Young, Vernon College Police Department, September 1st, 2021. Special Agent Dustin Slovacek, Texas Department of Public Safety, September 12th, 2021. Deportation Officer Roberto Carlos Cantu, U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, September 13th, 2021. Corrections Officer Chris Watson, Texas Department of Criminal Justice, September 15th, 2021. Senior Corporal Arnulfo Vargas, Dallas Police Department, September 23rd, 2021. Sergeant Michael David Dunn, Amarillo Police Department, October 22nd, 2021. Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Rafael Sanchez, U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Customs and Border Protection, October 24th, 2021. Deportation Officer Rosa Elisa Vasquez, U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, November 5th, 2021. Border Patrol Agent Salvador Martinez, Jr., U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Customs and Border Protection, November 30th, 2021. Excuse me. Police Officer Christopher Gibson, Dallas Police Department, January 2nd, 2022. Special Agent Anthony Salas, Texas Department of Public Safety, January 22nd, 2022. Corporal Charles Galloway, Harris County Constable's Office, Precinct 5, January 23rd, 2022. Sergeant Ramon Gutierrez, Harris County Sheriff's Office, January 24th, 2022. Deputy Sheriff Lauren Marie Redmond, Loving County Sheriff's Office, January 29th, 2022. Deputy Constable Neil Adams, San Jacinto County Constable's Office, Precinct 1, February 23rd, 2022. Police Officer David Glenn Evans, San Antonio Police Department, February 25th, 2022. Sergeant Barbara Majors Fenley, Eastland County Sheriff's Office, March 17th, 2022. Deputy Sheriff Darren Almendarez, Harris County Sheriff's Office, March 31st, 2022. Deputy Constable Jennifer Lauren Chavez, Harris County Constable's Office, Precinct 7, April 2nd, 2022. Deputy Sheriff Robert Adam Howard, Harris County Sheriff's Office, May 11th, 2022. Reserve Officer Jeffrey Richardson, Petite Police Department, June 29th, 2022. Deputy Sheriff Lorenzo Bustos, Smith County Sheriff's Office, June 29th, 2022. Correctional Officer Caitlin Ritnor, Texas Department of Criminal Justice, September 3rd, 2022. Senior Patrol Officer Anthony Martin, Austin Police Department, September 23rd, 2022. Police Officer Stephen Notham, Carrollton Police Department, October 18th, 2022. And Police Officer Brandon Sy, Grand Prairie Police Department, November 14th, 2022. And now we have the 9 research names. Chief Olin Chester Pass, Denton Police Department, November 29th, 1941. Assistant Chief Conrad Cecil Wren, McCamey Police Department, January 20th, 1929. Special Police Officer George Frederick, Beaumont Police Department, May 3rd, 1902. Traffic Officer James Gaines, Beaumont Police Department, March 14th, 1917. Private George Ray Ratliff, Military Police Corps, U.S. Army, November 14th, 1936. Private First Class Jack White, Military Police Corps, U.S. Army, December 2nd, 1942. Assistant Provost Marshal 2nd Lieutenant Thomas Lawrence Henry, Military Police Corps, U.S. Army, July 20th, 1973. Corporal Milton Robert Tucker, Military Police Corps, U.S. Army, August 16th, 1955. And finally, Sergeant Claude Wayne Standridge, Dallas Police Department, March 4th, 1998.
I'd like to make a motion to enroll and induct the officers as listed and read into the record by Director Grigsby into the Texas Peace Officers Memorial Monument.
I second.
We have a motion and we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, same sign. And the motion carries. Way too many names. We have already accomplished agenda item number 5, so we'll move on to number 6 with Mr. Robert Savage from the Office of the Attorney General. He'll be discussing proceedings for revocation, suspension, and other disciplinary actions. And thank you, sir, for coming down and being here at our meeting here in Edinburgh. So thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you, commissioners, and it is nice to be here today as well. And I appreciate the hospitality of the community as well. The first individual before you today is Robert P. Martin, Sr. Mr. Martin was reprimanded for his continuing education violations which resulted in reprimands in 2014, 2018, and finally in 2020. The Executive Director initiated a license action seeking revocation of Mr. Martin's peace officer license for his noncompliance with continuing education requirements on 3 occasions in violation of Commission rules. Mr. Martin requested a SOA hearing, and during the contested case proceeding, the Executive Director filed a motion for summary disposition. SOA issued a proposal for decision following that motion, finding that Mr. Martin indeed failed to meet continuing education standards 3 times and recommended revocation of Mr. Martin's peace officer license. Therefore, the Executive Director recommends acceptance of the proposal for decision.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we accept the proposal for decision to revoke the license of Robert Martin Sr.
Second.
We have a motion and we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Commissioners, the remaining items on your agenda are for information only, and no action is required. The first informational category includes Samantha Estrada, whose telecommunicator license is statutorily suspended following a disposition for a criminal offense that gives rise to mandatory suspension under the Occupations Code. The following category includes 12 individuals on your agenda who have submitted to TCOLE a permanent surrender of their license. Following that category, you have 1 individual who has submitted to TCOLE a term surrender of his peace officer license and telecommunicator license. The next category before you includes 21 individuals who were reprimanded for failing to complete legislatively required continuing education. And finally, the last category before you for informational purposes only includes 165 individuals, my count could be off by 1 or 2, who were suspended for failing to complete legislatively required continuing education. And that concludes the report from the contested case docket and related matters.
We'll move on to agenda item number 7, which involves discussing and taking action on the progress of the strategic plan, and unless one of the commissioners has a motion, I believe we discussed this yesterday in our workshop, that would be happy to entertain a motion if anyone feels so moved.
I don't think a motion is necessary. I think the direction that we gave the executive and staff to follow up on was made clear and noted.
And, well, can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Okay. So how do we find out if the committee is going to be approved and able to move forward in working on the strategic plan and with the metrics and tying to all of that
Yes, if
together?
everybody will send me which of the 3 subcommittees they're interested in, if you can give me your top 1 and 2 in priority, so your first choice, second choice, and then I'll go ahead and get that information, get it out. We'll absolutely have one. It'll just be a matter of who would like to serve on that particular subcommittee. So I will, I can tell you I'm tied up most of the day tomorrow, so it may be Monday before I get the information back out to you all, but I will get it out for sure early next week.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you.
So, and if I do, if there's any changes, let me know. If you could also note if you're able to serve on 2, that might be helpful too, because you could, someone may list, your top 2 or 3, but really only have the time or ability or interest of serving on 1. That will help me out quite a bit if you're able to serve on 2, because we may have some folks that are able and happy to do that. So I will get that out to everyone. We'll move to agenda item number 8, which is talking about the exceptional items and performance measures and data. And again, we spoke about this at length yesterday in the commissioners' workshop. So unless someone has a motion, we'll move on. Okay. Agenda item number 9 is discussing and taking action on the process, procedure, and qualifications related to the executive director search. As we commented yesterday, the goal of the commissioners was to have the process completed by the end of 2022, and we just were not able to complete that, so we have made a decision to go ahead and pull down the posting and repost it at the end of the legislative session, whenever that may be. So that is the information related to agenda item number 9. At this point, we'll go to agenda item number 10, which is to receive public comment on any topic. We will not be able to take any action on that. At this point, I don't have anyone who has signed up to speak. But unless there is anyone that would like to come forward for public comment, we'll move on to 11, which is executive session. We will not be going into executive session, so that takes care of agenda items 11 and 12. Before I move on to agenda item number 13, I think we've all said it many, many times. Thank you again for all of you for being here and for the hospitality that we've all been shown visiting here. I'll ask my commissioners if anyone else has any final thoughts or comments.
I just wanted to thank each and every one of y'all, our team that came down here. One thing I just want to express is that you did see the support we had from our officials, whether they were local, county, state, and our incoming Congresswoman, Monica de la Cruz. Also want to state that we also had on our agenda Chairman Terry Canales, who unfortunately had to be called into court this morning, but he did send his support, and he was also he was elated that we were down here, specifically on going to the different areas of representation for law enforcement. So on behalf of all of us in our community, we thank you for such a great meeting. Thank you.
Yeah. And thank you again for hosting. Our next meeting will be in February of 2023. So between now and then, wish everyone a happy holiday season, a happy New Year's, and safe travels home. So at this point, we have to go to agenda item number 13.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn in a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes, and we are adjourned.
Right, Justin, you're on the hook, right?